there. This is Claire, WZ9O of Ham Radio Stuff. And coming up, there is another contest. What contest, you might say? Well, if you remember the video that I did about the North American QSO party, well, it's the big one. It's the November Sweepstakes. In particular, the sideband edition. I did make a little snippet video that I posted on my Twitter and Facebook page about the CW version, which I'm going to play right here. You know, just like a lot of people are saying, hey, the bands are dead. Well, they're frickin' not. We have a contest going on right now. It's the Morse code edition of the sweepstakes. Yeah, I'm aware I did not post a proper full video of the primer and everything. I'll be doing that for the sideband edition because I had to go to the dentist yesterday, so I'm a little late coming to the party. I wasn't able to make a full video for the CW version because I was at the dentist when that contest began. It sucks, I know. But I'm rested and I am ready to go for the sideband edition of the sweepstakes that is coming up real soon. When, you might ask? It will be on November 21st this year of 2020. Of how messed up this year is, we still have ham radio contests. And when does it start? At 2100 Zulu time. Which would be for me about 3 o'clock in the afternoon Central. What is unique about the sweepstakes is, what is so special about the sweepstakes is that the contest runs for 30 hours. It ends at 0259 UTC on Monday, which would be the 23rd UTC. But the kicker is, you can only operate 24 of those 30 hours. How am I going to do it, you ask? I got my trusty ICOM 746 in that end-fed wire that I made adjustments to. It didn't do too bad, all things considered, for the CW sweeps. I'm just hoping that it does really good for the sideband edition. Okay, there's another question I also have. You're going to be hearing a lot of information given out during the November sweepstakes, like 232 Bravo, 125 Alpha, 675 Mike, or Multi, 45 Quebec, 232 Sierra. Well, let's open up this notepad file, and it'll tell us everything. What you're looking here is what's considered the precedence of any station that could operate the contest. What you're looking right here is what the precedence is of a call sign exchange. That's that letter that's after the numbers. 123, that's considered a serial number. And A, which is alpha, stands for 150 watts or less. Bravo is anything higher than that. Q is for QRP power. M is for multi-operator setups. U is for the unlimited class, which I'll explain a little bit more after going into details in regards to the exchange. And S is a school club. After the serial number and precedence are spoken, the call sign is usually repeated. And in my case, WZ9O, then the check, which is the year that the ham radio operator was licensed in. In my case, 10 stands for 2010. And then the ARRL section, which in my case is Wisconsin. There are a total of 84 ARRL and Radio Amateurs of Canada sections to be worked. Now that Prince Edward Island is apart from the Canadian Maritimes. As for the unlimited class, that could be any power level that they so choose. But they also have a special stipulation where they can use spotting networks over Telnet or Packet, or use multi-channel decoders, also known as CW skimmers. I had to enter as a unlimited during the CW sweepstakes. But for the sideband edition, I will not be, because using Telnet and spotting networks ruins the fun, in my opinion. There are tools to help you with propagation, and I have one of them that I like to use personally. Let's go check it out on the computer. What is this magical program that's going to be used to help you find out how propagation is? Well, it is called VOAProp, and it is a very handy little tool to be using for propagation. To first set it up, there is a link down below in the links, or in the comments, shall I say, to where you can download this program. First, you'll be setting up your home location, which obviously I already have my information, but you will need your grid square. There's another website right up here that's highlighted. That link will be in the description as well. And you can put in either your address or your call sign. Let's go with my call sign just because. And then it'll tell you what the grid square is, EN44GT, and that'll be plugged right in here within VOAProp. And that'll set it so that way you can view the propagation from wherever. Keep this to auto update so that way the proper solar flux, sunspot numbers, A and K index are set correctly. There are other ham radio operators that talk about what these numbers do better. I'm not going to go into detail. And for power level, antenna gain adjustment, I keep mine a little bit above low since I'm running 100 watts into a wire antenna. And then from there, since it's a little late at night, 7, which is 40 meters, and 3.5, which is 80 meters, are going to be more prevalent. As the night goes on, the higher the wavelength, the lower the as the night goes on, the lower the wavelength, the better the propagation. With one odd exception being 1.8 or 160 meters. That's more for regional and ground wave communications during the night. It ain't going to be that powerful to use. But overall, this is a very powerful tool to use for HF propagation. Alternatively, you could use the X maps but the reason why I don't is it's more designed for VHF, 6 meters, 2 meters, even UHF with 440. But I personally prefer to use it mainly for VHF and UHF. So with VOAProp, that's a little bit more easier to use, and you can actually kind of eyeball that propagation and even click where you think you're going to be able to reach and see where you're going to be able to reach based on this little marking. And it'll even show you a nice little chart of when it would be the best time to use what band to talk to somebody on it. Like up in the Northwest Territories, pretty much 40 meters during the late hours of the night, in my case. What about Alaska? Again, I'd have a small window to catch them on 40, maybe even 80 meters. But that is one invaluable tool that you'll use. But if you're using higher power with an amplifier, you could set it up to medium and actually have a lot better footprint, so to speak. Same thing goes if you're using directional antennas. It is a very invaluable tool to use. By using VOAProp, you're able to tell what your propagation will be with your radio with everything that is going on. It is an invaluable tool that you can use during the sweepstakes. I hope you have a wonderful time and consider working out the November Sweepstakes. It is a very fun contest with a lot of stipulations. One other stipulation is that you can only work a station once and only once throughout the contest. If you do again, it's a dupe. You're wasting your time and you're wasting the station that's calling's time. If you do participate in the contest, I wish you all the best of luck. I'm going to have a lot of fun doing this again. Until next time, this is WZ9O saying 7333. Catch you down the band and down the log.